architect, an archaeologist, and an historical botanist employed by the restoration project also claimed to have had strange experiences at Port Arthur. A ghost was first recorded here by a visitor from Hobart, George Grunsell, who stayed in the parsonage as a guest in 1874. Grunsell wrote about it in his memoirs.
The judge, Sir Valentine Fleming, was a fellow guest at the parsonage when a most intense light streamed from under the door of a room on the opposite side of the landing. Sir Valentine peeked through the keyhole and, to his astonishment, could see the interior as though brilliantly lighted up with gas, when lo and behold, all was in sudden darkness again. The next manifestation was rather startling. A servant girl entering the guest room let out a terrific shriek and fell senseless to the boards. She had distinctly seen the figure of a man in a peculiar garment looking at her through the window and grasping in his hand a knife or dagger which he held as though about to strike.
If many people experience noises, lights, and apparitions in the same building, it's very difficult to say that they're all merely imagining it. In fact, there are many theories to account for haunts, and one of them is called the psychic ether hypothesis. This theory suggests that an intense emotional experience, like the suffering of the convicts at Port Arthur, can somehow alter the space in which it's released. It's almost as if the energy of those long-dead convicts had somehow embedded itself in the surroundings and under favourable circumstances could play itself over and over again like a video recording. Many people that have psychic experiences don't talk about them for fear of being thought odd or laughed at. But those who witness ghosts are often the very people in our society who are appointed to investigate facts honestly and objectively.
Sydney's Rose Bay Police Station is a strange building with an even stranger history. The station is in a converted two-storey terrace built last century to serve as the gatehouse for an old mansion called Woollahra. There's some evidence that convicts were whipped on the site in the early 1800s, and according to local legend, the old gatehouse later became a brothel where a certain Captain Piper kept ladies of ill repute. Over the years, the road has been rebuilt higher and higher, and the original front door is now underground. The bottom story has been sealed up for years like a time capsule and still has the gas fittings of a bygone era. But police don't use the lower level and certainly never go down there at night. They're too afraid. Sergeant Dennis Stevenson and his colleagues have never seen a ghost, but they're convinced they hear one. Some junior constables are so afraid they refuse to work alone in the building at night. And one of the policewomen wears a string of garlic around her neck to ward off evil spirits.
You have the presence, or you feel the presence of someone standing right next to you, ready to touch you on the shoulder. Then you sort of look around, and of course there's no one there. Then you continue on, and of course the presence there will come again. The switchboard here kept on operating. The buttons on this thing here would move to and fro, and the phones would ring. All this stuff was all moving, the panels were all moving. But I've had other matters here, though I've been standing there at the typewriter over here. And of course, I'll be busy typing, doing something here. You hear the sound of footsteps walking towards you. So just a moment, please. And when you finish, you look up, and no one's there.
I've heard the footsteps outside. It's like a feeling of a presence behind you when you know someone's there or you feel you're being watched. That's about it. It's a strange sort of place.
You get the funny feeling sometimes that when you're here by yourself, there is something watching you, you know. It's just unexplainable, but you can sort of feel it.